studio to finish the frame for the Owlery painting. So this painting over here, this is called the Owlery, and this is going to be one of the paintings in the Bare Steps Gallery exhibition, which starts on the 3rd of March and it runs until the 15th. So I've made the most amazing frame to go with this piece, and today I'm going to be working on just one of the owls, so it won't be a very long stream, and then I'll be finishing all the finishing touches, the walls and the finishing the turrets, and there's quite a bit to do still, so let's get cracking. So I'm going to do the twizzly camera round thing and show you the barn owl that I'm actually working on. So I've made the barn owl from, hopefully you can see it there, here he is. So I've made the barn owl from paper, so that hard or card. I've made the wings, the feathers rather, from card. I've sculpted the body of the owl from clay, and then I've used some artist's moulding paste to build up some textural layers. And today I'm going to put the detail on top of the owl. So I'm going to angle, excuse the noise and the creaking as I adjust the camera. And hopefully you can see that okay. So I'm going to try to work from this side so that my head doesn't get in the way, but if it does, I apologise. And so to do this, I'm going to work with acrylic paint, and it's a very basic palette, so white, red, yellow, and I'm going to add a dash of yellow ochre, because for some reason it makes a really good barn owl colour. So squeeze a bit of that out on the palette, and then I don't normally use black in my oil paintings, but I like to use black in acrylics because it just generally gives you better detail. And when you mix black with other colours, you get some quite nice natural tones. So the next thing I'm going to do, can you see what I've got behind here? I've got pictures of owls that I've printed from the internet, and I'm probably going to use, I think I'll use this one as a reference photograph. So this owl I'm going to use to get the details of the wings and the feathers correct. So I'll just put that there so I can look down and refer to it. And let's get going. So I need to select the right brushes, and I'm going to use a few little detailed acrylic brushes. Let's see if I can find my other favourite one. This one's quite a nice size as well. So those are my brushes, and let's get started. So I'm going to mix up a yellowy, kind of buffy colour, I suppose, really, which is white and some yellow ochre, and then some black, just to grey off a bit, so it's not so bright. And then I'm going to apply this to the barn owl. the key really to making, I think, to making good feathers, good feather colours, is not to use too much block colour, you know, to make sure that you mix the colours up quite a lot on the owl. And I like to use the textures that I've got from the actual clay sculpture itself. I like to use those textures to just catch the edges of the bristles. It just makes for quite a nice natural way of getting the details of the feathers. So I'm going to come round this side. I'm trying not to knock the camera as I do this. Okay, now I need a bit more grey. The top of the owl's head. Just dabbing the colours on. So I'm not paying too much attention to trying to follow, you know, an exact pattern. And I want a little bit of dark brown now. So I'm just using yellow, red and black to make my colours. I'm mixing a dark brown that I'm going to use to frame the face. So this is where I've got to be careful not to get white, not to get onto the white part of his face. But if I do, it doesn't matter because I can just infill with white acrylic over the top. Just mixing a darker brown. And I'm probably going to come back to the face a little bit later and finish the detail. So I'm going to work on this wing here now. And to do that, I'm going to use the same colour sets, and starting off with, give the brush a wash. Some sturdy blue roll. And I'm going to paint the whites of the wings a bit more first of all. Excuse if you can hear my stomach making horrendous noises. Now I'm going to mix the yellow ochre side, so that's the darker colour. I think that's about right colour-wise. It's actually a little bit bright. I need to tone that down with some black. So now I'm going to put in the black banding. And I'm using a dry brush technique to do this so that you don't get too much colour block happening. So there's 4, looking at the picture, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 main runs. So I'm going to mark them in first. There's one near the tip. And then the next one in. Comes around here. Then once you've got the line detail, then I add in the thickening out parts of it here. Just going to change to a different brush. It's looking better. And now I'm going to start to build up the feathers in this this part of the wing. So there's a general shape there. Then there's a general shape there. Just mark them in. And then there's some over feathers here. and just work over this side a little bit more. Okay, and then over this side. And then again, just painting the general wing shapes. I'm going to change to a bigger brush, just so I get a bit more coverage. The reason for this brush is it's got a nice point on it, and it gives you a nice feather wing sort of shape when you apply it. coming together. Okay, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to inspect the other side of the owl, work on the face, and then finish the rest of the owls. So join in again to see me finish the whole thing.